I remember the first time I saw the kids at an event. I think I picked them up from the Ignite camp out of Bruno a few years ago, the first time. And they were playing this roundup video at the end of the week. And they started playing music. And like what I was used to seeing with teenagers is everybody kind of sits back and nobody wants to be involved. I had all these teenagers, including my kids, like running to the front of the stage, jumping up and down, like singing to the top of their lungs so they came home hoarse. And I thought, whoa, like this is a different culture here. The kids come, and they come from a lot of different backgrounds, a lot. And it's overwhelming. I think they get that first experience with the Holy Spirit, and it's overwhelming for them. They have a real heart moment. And how do you go from maybe having never had a relationship or an experience of Christ to all of a sudden you're having this like life-changing event? The team is really good to work with these kids and get them recentered and refocused and to help them explore like what just happened. As the years went by, I would send them to like In the Depths, United, like anything that FacetoFace did, I would send them there. And there was times when, money was short and we had to rely on donors to make up a part of the entrance fee for us. And FacetoFace every time was like, yeah, no worries, we'll find the money. So, because I had 4 going to the different events, and so that adds up. And I'm a single parent, so I just didn't have, extra money lying around. So we did rely heavily on donors to help us get the kids to the events, which was such a blessing. Most of the kids that have been going to FacetoFace events with my kids know that they lost a brother in 2024, and my son Olivier passed away. And he was really, really involved in FacetoFace events as well. And last summer would have been the first summer that my kids went to Ignite. And that was the first time they were going to be away, and he passed away the February before that. We didn't know how it was going to go. We didn't know, my kids were saying, I don't know if I want to go because it's going to be hard. It was really the first event that they were going without their brother too, that they had experienced with Olivier over the years. But just the friendships and just the people involved, volunteers that have watched my kids for the last few years grow in their faith in FacetoFace were amazing with my kids. And I really think that there was a moment in the months after they lost their brother that their faith was really challenged. I think they sometimes stood on the wall of whether or not to continue believing that we have an amazing God that loves us and that God has a plan for us and that God's will is really what we need to trust in, to I'm going to throw it all away because I'm feeling the loss of my brother. And I think by being surrounded by the FacetoFace family, because it's like a family, I think that with them being surrounded with so much love and support to continue persevering in their faith, I think it really was the factor that tipped in the direction of continuing the relationship with the Lord. So as like a mom who really was worried about this, I really was afraid that the loss of my son and their brother was going to do one of two things, either like draw them closer to the Lord or push them over the edge, and then they would become collateral damage. I was really, really afraid of the latter. And watching them being surrounded in faith and lifted up, it's something I'll be forever grateful to FacetoFace Ministries for, because they held them through that. And now they've seemed to come out the other side, and they've maintained their relationship with the Lord. And we don't have those discussions about like, why would God do this? It's more like, I can hardly wait to see Olivier, and I want to have a relationship with the Lord so I can be in heaven with him for eternity.